good sign. Why can't I hear nothing? That's not a real good sign. And it makes me wonder why. It makes me wonder why. System preferences, Apple ID, sound, sound. Output H6, input H6. I'm puzzled. It should be output, input H6. Turn on. Sound H6. Sound H6. And checking, finally checking. How the hell did my microphone get unplugged? How did that happen? I literally have no idea how that happened. Hang on, now I have to increase the volume because that's not where it needs to be. Okay, let's get that down. I think Sheila's cat has been on my studio desk and unplugged shit. Damn cat. I'm going to shoot that cat. I'm going to shoot it. I say I'm just going to shoot the damn thing. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Sorry about that. Welcome to Podcast Pontifications. Sorry that took so long to get going, but here we are. My name is Evo Terra. Thanks for joining me today for this live taping of Podcast Pontifications. It's a show I do 4 days a week on the future of podcasting, ways we can make podcasting better, questions that every working podcaster should be asking themselves about podcasting. And today the topic is about making things easy, which I know is a weird topic for me. I know. I'm going to get into that in just a moment. I'm going to get into all of that in just a moment. But first, thanks for hanging in there with me. If you are brand new, thanks again for watching this. But you don't have to. Just in case you have other things to do today, this is just a live taping. This you're hearing and seeing right now isn't what's going to actually be in the podcast. This is just the behind-the-scenes-y stuff. The real podcast will start in about another 2 minutes, the actual recording of said podcast. And then I will work very hard to make an edited version available for you at 10 o'clock in the morning at podcastpontifications.com. That's the edited audio. That is a totally rewritten article with every word that I'm about to say rewritten for being read as opposed to being transcribed, although there is a transcription as well. All of those will be posted, or both of those will be posted at 10 o'clock at podcastpontifications.com. And a little later today, the actual video will be live as well, also at podcastpontifications.com. And as a bonus, if you're really pressed for time, you can subscribe to the show. You can go to podcastpontifications.com and give me your email. This is all free. Give me your email. Give the system your email because I don't really need it. And at 10 o'clock in the morning, you'll get an email that's got the full article, 1,500 words for you to churn through, or whatever it is, and a link to the audio. So if that's how you prefer to listen, knock yourself out. Of course, it's in all the podcast apps, as you might expect from a show called Podcast Pontifications. Anyhow, I think I finally got everything going right. Once I got it going right, what a crazy day. So yeah, today, the easy way, this is why I do this, the live thing is because I've got to get the throat set up. And I woke up very nasally today. Hey, good news, today I go see the otolaryngologist, whatever, put a scope down my throat and see what's up with those vocal folds. Why are they flimmy the way that they are flimmy? Because I don't want them to be flimmy the way that they are flimmy. So we'll be taking care of that. Right. Okay, let's get things all lined up here. If you have comments for me, I do have access to a chat room. I will see them. I probably will not comment on them until I come back from doing the little bit here. But, just so you know. There we go. All right, so the beginning thing I do is clear my throat one more time. Again, solution coming, hopefully, or the steps towards solution coming today. I read the preamble, the cold open, if you will. And that is, well, let's do the glasses off because I'm seeing in the monitor that I'm getting a little bit of shine in my glasses. I don't want to do that. I say, podcasters are impressed by other podcasters who make difficult tasks seem effortless. But generally speaking, the public cares more about quality than complexity. Sometimes the easier path is the best. What I'm going to say. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it right now. Once I get things all set back up again. Hang on. I just moved. There we go. All right. Here we go. Podcasters are impressed when other podcasters make difficult tasks seem effortless. But generally speaking, the public cares more about quality than complexity. Sometimes the easier path is best. Hello and welcome to another Podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. I talk a lot about making podcasting better, not just easier. Heck, that's my mission statement, if in fact I have one. I think it's on all of my bios. But I'm a little concerned that the message I'm putting out there is don't do easy things. And that is not the message I'm putting out there. Because a lot of what we do as podcasters, that means behind the microphone like this, or also in the engineering thing, it should be easy. Let's unpack this with one of my favorite tools of all times. That's called a 2x2 grid. I'll describe it for you, but if you want to grab a pen and paper and make one of these, knock yourself out. So on the x-axis, that's the one that goes right to left. On the x-axis, we're going to plot out things that are easy to hard, with difficulty increasing over to the right. Makes sense. On the y-axis, that's the up and down axis, we're going to go from bad to good, with quality increasing across the top. So now we have difficulty right to left, quality up and down. Got it? Now when you do that, you will notice that your paper is now drawn into 4 nice and neat quadrants, hence the 2x2 grid. Let's label these quadrants, if you will. Northwest, that's the upper left. Get my hands going right out. In the upper left, we're going to call that one staples. And I'll explain why in a minute. We'll come back to that in a minute. Staples. These are the things in that upper left quadrant that are good quality, but also pretty darn easy. They don't track over to the difficulty stage, but they're also of good or great quality. Northeast. Right to the right of that, in the upper right-hand corner. We'll call this section solo. I'll explain why in a minute. Again, quality is really good, but everything in here is a little difficult. It's not easy. It warranted being moved over to the difficult path. You have to struggle to get these things done. Staying clockwise, going down, southeast corner, lower right corner. That's aspirational. These are difficult things that, when you do them right now, really aren't all that great. You have room for improvement. Hence why we're calling these the aspirational areas. Hard to do and not in the good sides of things yet. Sliding around to the last quadrant, lower left, southwest corner, inexcusable. These are easy things, but they sound terrible, or they look terrible, or they're just not good. Stop doing these. Hence the name, inexcusable. Okay, so now looking at this grid, either in our head or on the paper, What should we be working on other than no more inexcusable? Right. We definitely want to do no more in that southwest quadrant, no more inexcusable things. But where should you, as a podcaster, focus your efforts? Obviously, aspirational is what you're going to think of right away. These are things that are hard to do, and I'm not doing them great, so I want to get better. You bet. But take small bites of these. Don't try and do everything in here. Whatever things you're doing, if they wind up in that quadrant and they're not good, well, yeah, you want to slightly try to make them better, but don't try and do everything all at once. Now, above that is that solo. These are things right now that are difficult, that sound really great or that look really great, but are very difficult for you to do. Should you do more of these things? Probably not, in my opinion. And this is why I call them this quadrant, the solo quadrant. Because, one, it's tiring for you to keep doing things that are hard to do, very difficult and of good quality. But also, think about it from a musical performance. Some people absolutely want to hear a 17-minute guitar solo. You bet. They exist. But the vast majority of people don't have the patience or desire to sit through a technically proficient, extremely complex piece that goes on and on and on. It has their fan. They have their fans. They are there, but most people are like, yeah, that's hard for me to listen to for a long period of time. So, too, I say, for podcasting. So instead, that leaves the staples quadrant. Why do I call them staples? Well, it's like staples in your pantry. It's things you go to again and again and again. These are things where the quality is already good. It looks good. It sounds good. It is good. It works really well, but they're low effort items. Here's the secret. No one, other than maybe other pesky podcasters, but none of your regular, normal humans listening to your show know these are low effort things. And more importantly, they don't care. They genuinely do not care. They just know that the work that they're seeing, reading, consuming, interacting with from you is of good quality. Who cares that it's easy for you? They certainly don't. Now, this is a really fun exercise to do on your own, but I think it gets better when you do it with another podcaster. So, share this episode with someone, and then meet them somewhere, virtually or in person, socially distanced, whatever you want to do. Draw your own 2x2 grids, and then go through with the other person all the various tasks that you do during your podcast. Again, not just behind mic and on a mixer, but also marketing and writing and ideation and all the other things that come out there. Work with them and find out how you can help that person put little things in your boxes, and they do the same for you. Sharing the idea, share the love. It's a fun little group experience, and you'll find out where you have room for improvement and what more easy things you should be doing, because that's okay too. Don't be afraid of doing easy things when the quality is high. Now, if you love this idea, please go to buymeacoffee.com/evoterra and buy me a virtual coffee to show me your love. That's it. I shall be back tomorrow with yet another podcast Pontifications. Cheers. Recording is off. Checking to see I don't have any windows for chatting, which means no one's chatting with me. Cool. Fine by me. Then I'm going to bid you all adieu. Hey, if you missed it, you didn't miss it. The cool thing is you don't have to go back and watch the live thing. You can, sure, but you could just wait for another 2 hours and 45 minutes when all of this will be live at podcastpontifications.com. You get the edited version. So just the meat of audio. I will be a fully rewritten article, all the words that you need to read, whatever. All at podcastpontifications.com. That's it. See you tomorrow. Yeah.